I would like to speak about my first experience I had with Patriji. When I arrived with a group of Japanese travelers to experience the pyramid center, which back then was in Kurnool, just a small pyramid, which held maybe maximally 100 people. We were invited, however, we were told that there was not a guru in sight, that he was not dispensable. So we all piled into the dark pyramid. It was hot and started meditating. I do have to say there was a wonderful flute player in the group, and he was playing music and took us into really divine worlds with the sound of his flute. Now, I didn't know who that was, but at one point in my meditation I felt like he was taking us out into the non-dual world of pure consciousness and tried to get as many of us to be aware of that. Now, what happened after that is what was magical. In the inner world, and him actually saying, get more people out, I suddenly felt this jolt of energy and it knocked me back. And I opened my eyes and I looked at the person in front of me that was about 10 yards away or less, not even that much, maybe 5 yards or 8 yards away, was glowing in golden colors. A huge golden aura around him. And I thought, oh, that's the flute player. And it's like, that person is enlightened. I thought, suddenly these thoughts came into my mind. And so after we were all done, we were ushered out. Come to find out, the flute player and the golden glowing man, that was one and the same, Patriji. So I had visited previous to that all sorts of other ashrams and people who were manifesting things out of thin air. And we talked about that fact. What do you think about manifesting? And Patriji said, you can manifest, but only if you absolutely need to. It's not for entertainment, and certainly not like it's done as a show for people. Now, we went to our hotel. It was quite a ways away, 20 kilometers, I'm thinking. And although when we asked, can we give some donation, he said, no, we have enough money, thank you very much. It's the first guru that didn't ask for money. The next thing is, a day later, the next morning, there were books on our door, outside on a plastic bag, for us. They had figured out where we were, who we were, and delivered books from the Pyramid Center, books that had been written by Patriji about consciousness, and the invitation, and then later on we were in contact to ask us to contribute in newsletters. And I was also an author and am an author and have written 4 best-selling books, and we were in dialogue. And then eventually we continued coming to the Pyramid Center and have been contributing as best as we can to sharing our knowledge. And Patriji is a person who loves to share information and consciousness, and he doesn't want to be set apart. He's just a way shower to say, meditate, be a vegetarian, do those 2 things, and you'll be fine. He isn't the kind of person who says, look at me and then you'll get enlightened. No, he wants you to go inward to your own source of the divine, and that is what I love about him. I feel he's one of the few true souls, and it reminds me of one of the stories he shared with us when he wasn't yet having an ashram himself. He wanted to teach a man who had asked to be taught, and he traveled by train early in the morning to his house step to be there at 6 to help him meditate. And then Patriji went on with his day. And it's that dedication to help others that he's committed to. And it's not aggrandizing himself, it's simply sharing the highest truth and the inspiration that come to him to a very sublime, open mind to modern understandings of things, and to guide people to follow their breath, to go inside and to listen to the inner teachings. Thank you very much for listening. I hope it's helpful for you to know some of the experiences that others might have had with Patriji. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.